I don't see how a rotting severed head can be seen as a reward or a trophy.
I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way.
Ayy. So I checked out Edge of the World. It's a biopic that was directed by Michael Hossman. This flick is based on the life of Sir James Brooke, an explorer from the 19th century.
The film takes place in 1839. Sir James Brooke was a former British soldier that used his inheritance to explore the edge of the world with his fam and associates. They dipped Britain hoping to discover fame and fortune. They ended up in Borneo in Southeast Asia, where the land is ruled by kings. He meets two princes that allow him to explore the island and its wildlife. I'm not sure if this film was an accurate representation of James Brooke's life, but the movie portrayed him as if he was the island savior that arrived just in time to save the people from the chaos that they were engulfed in and help them change their savage ways. What's messed up about it is he literally called the people savages and said it was the white man's burden to save their souls during a voiceover.
That statement is obviously a lie, but I can understand why they believed it at that point in time. Classifying foreign people as savages justifies colonizing foreign countries under the guise that the people needed to be civilized.
After Brooke and his squad helped the princes take down rebels holding down a section of the island, he's rewarded the title of Raja of Sarawak. As king, he tried to civilize his people who have a long-running history of slavery, headhunting, and piracy, all while dealing with the threat of British colonization after he reaches out to the Navy for help against one of the princes that believes he's trying to steal their land that's rich in natural resources. The princes have separate views on how to rule their kingdom. One is calm and understanding. The other is a ruthless man that decapitates his ops even after they surrender. The heads of rebels and enemies were smoked for preservation and stuck to pikes and kept as trophies of war, which was wild to me because the natives were very religious Muslims that prayed and bathed 5 times a day. James had the personality traits of both the princes, and that's what made him the perfect king. He was calm and understanding, but could be ruthless when he had to be. He narrated his adventure with a shadowy voiceover that gave us insight to his thoughts and feelings. It seemed like the whole time he was on the island, he was full of regret from his past and unsure about his actions. I really think he was fronting his move because he expressed how he failed at everything in life, from school to his marriage, but kept pushing forward because he had too much pride to go back home empty-handed, where he would be seen as a failure that fumbled his inheritance exploring the world. While on the island, he falls in love with the people, the wildlife, and a native woman.
At times while I was watching this flick, it kind of felt like I was watching a documentary. The exotic visuals of Borneo looked amazing, and the thick jungles look authentic. And they did a great job showing how the native people were living at that point in time.
Throughout the film, James was documenting the island's wildlife, and at one point, he told a native guy that he discovered a carnivorous plant. The native asked him, was it not there before he came to the island? That question highlights an issue that I have with the past. How can someone claim they discovered a land that people were already living on, or claim they discovered something that the Lord created decades ago? In reality, they ain't discovered nothing. They just came across something they ain't seen before.
There was a decent amount of action sprinkled throughout this film. Since it takes place in the 19th century, there were shootouts with arrows and cannons. The fact that the native people and the princes preferred to decapitate their enemies alive as punishment, then keep their heads as trophies of war, was dark and disturbing, because I don't see how a rotting severed head can be seen as a reward or a trophy. That's just a sick and twisted way to disrespect the dead. We didn't really see any clear visuals of anyone getting butchered, but there were scenes of heads on pikes and they looked gory and realistic. The British and native characters' outfits looked authentic too. Edge of the World was a dope history lesson, but it was a slow burn. The flick was almost 2 hours long, and there was a lot of drama and dialogue between the characters that dragged the movie out longer than it had to be. All the characters played their roles well though, so I'm gonna go ahead and give the flick 2 mics. Let me know what y'all thought about Edge of the World in the comments below. It's absolutely free for y'all to support the channel. Doesn't cost y'all a dime to hit that like and subscribe button, so make sure y'all do that. And I'm gonna get up with y'all in the next video, alright? Holla at me. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way